Alright guys, so welcome to this episode of Will It Run. Today on the agenda is this Honda NX50 Dominator. We don't know anything about this bike. They said that it will start. The battery is completely dead, front caliper seized. It has no oil in the frame because this has in-frame oil tank, and the overall condition is unknown to us. So if you join me, we will try to start this bike and we will see what we can do with it. Probably, as usual, it will be powered out, but let's see what we can do. Let's see if this will do something. And then we have the Husqvarna, which should be right there, so we can move this thing. So let's get rid of that seized caliper and we will see what we can do. Shall we? Alright, the first thing we have to do is to take off the brake caliper because it's seized. And to do this, I'm using a 12mm socket. So let's take this off, pry the caliper off, and then we can move it where we want. Oh gosh, this thing is on there. Sometimes you can help yourself with a rubber mallet. Not this time, as you can see. This is going to take a while. So after all, we did win the fight with the caliper. So now we can move over to some things. The battery in this thing is probably under the seat, I think. To pop the seat, you have to take off the rear side covers, and then the seat itself. It should be held on with 2 10mm. So let's see if that's true or not. So first off, this one. God damn it. What's up with this bike? Everything's so tight. Alright, take 2. Here we go. This and this panel is in really nice shape. As I said, this bike is in really nice shape. And I see we have an Allen number 6, and it is stripped out as hell. As usual, it wasn't all that true. The battery is located right here. We have the battery here. We do not have to take off the seat to insert the battery, just that right cover, but that it's not a big of a deal, because I reckon that we will have to take off the carburetors, and for that we need to take off the tank and the airbox. But we will, as usual, push our luck. And we will try to start this thing even without the card clean. So we have the power to the bike. Let me show you. As you can see, we have the power to the bike. It does turn over, although the battery is a little weaker. We need to take the extension cord, run the hummingbird, and we will do the spark check. Right, so I did some things behind the camera. I just unzipped my... So I did a couple of things behind the camera. I brought the booster pack in here, and I turn on the gas. There's some gasoline in the tank from the previous owner. So let's see what happens if we just put on the choke, turn on the booster pack, and we'll try to start it. Yes, and of course I topped off the oil. The oil is now full, so that means we are safe to run this bike. So this on, put this on. The choke is here and it's full. So let's see what happens. We will crank it for a second or two and we'll see. And as you can see, nothing's happening. So we will proceed with the spark check, and if the spark's good, then we will take off the tank, the plastics and the carburetor. So let's get into it. So check for the spark. I hope you can see that. And we have a nice spark, so that means we have a fuel issue. So let's get into the carb. The carburetor is buried underneath all this stuff, so we need to move the airbox, the tank, and all that stuff out of our way. So what do you think? How bad can it be? This, I reckon, is paint. I don't think that's black from, I don't know, from oil, because it's not coming off. It's only can be scraped off. So I think that's a paint, because the frame looks freshly painted. So I think they painted the frame and they painted also the inside of their carburetor. So how gummy do you think this is going to be? Super gummy or just a normal gumminess? We'll see. We'll see how that goes. This bolt, 4 little Allen wrench bolts on the ball. This one and this one, and moment of truth. Just normal gumminess, nothing fancy. So let's get it apart and we'll see what we can find that we had that running issue. Take off the float with the needle, and then this splash guard, whatever you want to call that, and then the nozzles. So the main jet, if I can fit the screwdriver in, and it's, yes, I could. Let me go over here, and the secondary jet. That's ready to come out. Here it is. I'll put it on here just for now, so I don't lose it. Next thing is the idle mixture screw, which was ran all the way in. That's pretty dirty. Pretty dirty. And we have a couple of stripper screws, as I like to call them. Those are really tiny Phillips heads and they like to strip out. This one already is pretty much stripped. This one. And the last guy here. And the slide with the diaphragm is ready to come out. And the main spring. The diaphragm looks fairly good. Slide has a little bit of wear and gunk on it, but nothing extraordinary. Looks fine to me. Then we have the accelerator pump. We will probably not find anything unusual there. That's usually clean. It might be hardened, but clean, I reckon. We'll see. Oh, there is a gunk. I did not expect that. The diaphragm is hard. It's not hard, it's not completely hard, but it's not the best in the world. Then the emulsion tube, and we are ready to give this thing a rinse and a clean up with compressed air. And bam, done. By the magic of editing, the carburetors are all clean and ready to be installed on the bike. I'm running out of the daylight and the battery also, so I will do that off camera, and then you will join me probably tomorrow where we try a first attempt of starting this bike. Well, what about before we go home today? Let's just quick and dirty introduce some fuel from the funnel, and we'll see what we get. If you get nothing, then tomorrow when there's going to be a better lighting, then we will help this thing a bit more. But let's see if we can make it work today. So let me connect the booster pack. Okay, let's plug the spark plug back in. I forgot about that also. It seems to be plugged in, although it's not holding very well. And we'll see. Put the choke on. And nada. We have hopefully gas, we have compression, and we will look at it tomorrow. That's end for today. So we are outside, and many of you that watched any of my videos know what that's going to mean. Yesterday I took off the plug from this bike, and the plug is completely fouled. So this bike will probably consume a lot of oil. We know that from the fact that the oil was missing, and why you scrap such a nice bike. So let's take a look at it. Let's see if we can start it, but I think it will smoke like crazy. So let's get into it, shall we? Well, there you have it. It smokes like crazy. So this engine's toast. I can hear even a slight stoppage. I think the camshaft is gone, so this bike is gone. It will go probably for the parts. But this video is not ending here. We will tear off the top end of the engine and we'll see what's hiding of carnage is hiding underneath the covers and the jack. So let's follow me through that steps. Okay, so since we were done with this pretty quickly, let's take a look what's hiding inside and why this engine failed and it smokes so much. So now place your bets down in the comment section. What do you think there's going to be wrong with this engine? My bet is that we will find a scored camshaft, bad rocker arms, and I'm not sure if the piston will look bad, because I think it will just have seized rings, or it will have a ton of play. The rings will be worn, so I don't think we will find too much carnage inside the cylinder. So let's take off the head and we'll see how that looks like. So shall we start with this 10mm and then work our way around with the 8mm? Moment of truth. Voila. Yeah, we have a little messed up camshaft and a little messed up rocker cover right here, as you can see. And this one has gasket. That's unusual. Usually they have just the silicone. And the camshaft is a little bit toasty here, but nothing too major. Well, I changed my mind a little bit. Since I don't see too much carnage here, just a little bit scoring on the camshaft here, I think I'm not going to proceed with taking off the head, because I will try to sell this motor as a whole unit to somebody, but if I change my mind, I will dismantle it and I will show you the piston. So we will probably try to measure the compression, I think. Yeah, that's what we will do. We will measure the compression. So this is going to be it for this short video, folks. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like the video. It really helps the channel to grow. And I will see you in the next one. Be safe out there. I'm out of here. Bye.